Hey guys, before we go into the podcast, I know a lot of you guys that are checking out this are probably going to want to jump straight to Nikita. That's at the 1 hour mark. I'll put a timeline link in the description if you guys want to go straight to that. However, I do highly suggest you just listen to some of the stories from Jesse Kazam, No Food After Midnight, and Sneaky Russian 007. I brought these people onto the podcast because I wanted to have an opportunity for people that aren't so well known in the Tarkov community to just help spread some love and give their opinions on things in the game, and it's a really great opportunity for that. And if you just skip straight to the Nikita part, I totally understand you guys want to know about all the new information and stuff like that, and straight from Nikita. But the podcast was actually meant to be about that. Nikita was, I sent Nikita a message earlier in the day saying I'm doing a podcast tonight. If you wanted to pop in for a couple of minutes and just say what's going on, feel free. I didn't expect him to stay as long as he did. So I understand either way. If you want to listen to the whole podcast, feel free. Otherwise, jump down to that timeline link if you want to go straight to the Nikita part. And hope you enjoy the podcast. G'day everyone. Welcome to another podcast. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We've got a lot of people here. I thought I'd try and mix it up, see if we did a podcast with the team or members of the team, as well as a group of people that may not be as well known within the Tarkov community, but have been around for a long time. And I thought it'd be a great opportunity for them to be able to talk with us and enjoy talking banter, really. But the aim and the focus of the talk will just be about Tarkov and pretty much what we enjoy. So about the game. Up top left, we've got Ghost Freak, and then we've got Veritas, and also we've got Slush down the bottom left. You guys should know them by now. But up top right, we do have Sneaky Russian 007. No Food After Midnight on the left, who doesn't have a webcam. He's a ninja. We can't see him. And Jesse Kazam down the bottom right. I'll just give them an opportunity to say g'day. I did post out on Twitter about a week ago about seeing if anyone was interested in jumping on a podcast. So I thought this would be a good opportunity. So Sneaky, take the wheel.
Hello, everybody. Sneaky Russian. I don't know. I've been playing Tarkov. God, it's been almost 2 years at this point. Can't remember the version which I actually started with playing, but I don't know. It's had me gripped for a very, very long time. Definitely still enjoying it up until this day. But yeah, slowly but surely doing a lot of the translations for the Russian podcasts and stuff like that. So yeah, that's just me in a nutshell, really.
And then we've got No Food After Midnight, but I'm just going to call him No Fam because it's just easier to call him that from now on.
You can just call me whatever you want. Like a good name from your, what was it, Craig?
Craig.
Yeah, I think works.
Daddy.
Craig
Yeah.
works.
That's close enough, yeah.
Craig it is.
I've been playing Tarkov for it's almost been 2 years now. How the time flies. I'm addicted to this game like crack. God, I don't know how to quit. I make all the ammo spreadsheets and stuff that you guys like to use, and that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say.
That's all good. And then we've got Jesse down the bottom right.
Yeah, I'm Jesse Kazam. I've been playing the game for just about a year now. So I feel kind of like relatively new compared to a lot of other people, but Tarkov was a huge shift, at least for me, in the type of games that I used to play. I grew up playing like console and a lot of like just single player games, but Tarkov just like instantly, provided experience I had never had before, and I'm hooked.
You make a lot of awesome new player guides on YouTube.
Oh, thank you.
Very polished, unlike mine. Mine are just like content in the information, but not polished.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with the whole podcast. I think would driven with the emphasis on we just instead of focusing on point 1.2, which what we talked about last podcast, we'll go with more of just we'll start talking about just when we started playing Tarkov and things we remember about the initial of playing, and then we'll talk about some of the highlights and memorable moments, patches that might have stood out more than others, and just let's have a bit of fun, have a bit of banter between us, because we all know like Veritas is probably the worst player in Tarkov. Took him 4 weeks to get a headshot for 100 meters on shoreline. Took me 2 raids to get 3. So anyway, we'll start off. Ghost, do you remember the first time you played Tarkov?
Yeah, I signed up for EOD, and I waited to get in, and I got in, and I I missed the first week and I ended on the end. And the game was so unpolished. It honestly just felt like a free-to-play Russian game, but I paid almost $100 and something for to get in, and my hope was dwindling. But I don't know. It honestly, just the first few rounds of actually scared the living shit out of me. But it caught me pretty quick. I got so it got so intense very fast, and I played CS:GO back in the time I played Tarkov, and I don't know. I just got that competitive, you know, intense warfare from it, and I just never stopped. It's like crack.
Really is.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Definitely.
Tarkov's Anonymous.
Yeah, we all have a problem.
Which of you guys played in the alpha? I didn't play the alpha at all because I was cheap. I was unemployed. So
I played
Yeah, I
Alpha.
played in the alpha.
When was that?
I
before
it was
before
2016.
July 2017.
yeah. I brought it in June 2017, and I was like, oh, I want to get access to it, and then I was like, I'm gonna. It was like, oh, you get 50% chance if you buy this one, or 75% chance, and I brought the second one up, and then I was like, oh, I didn't get in. And I brought the third one up, and I was like, oh, I didn't get in, and then I was like, oh, I didn't realize that it's the alpha still, and it's not coming out until next month, and then I'll have to buy the EOD. So I brought EOD, and then I was like, oh, I'm in. And then I played it, and I played like 5 rounds on factory, and there was no Australian service. And I was like, this game is literally unplayable. There's too much ping for me. And I was like, fuck. And then didn't play it again till like September or October of 2017 when they released OCE servers. And I remember turning to my wife, and I was like, I just spent $240 on a video game that I played for probably 20 minutes. She was like, yeah, you're a fucking idiot.
Just refund it on Steam. Just
Yeah.
refund.
Yeah, I ended up going back to PUBG until there was OCE servers. I was like, oh, what a waste. But yeah. I remember the first time playing it, being in factory, and I would like run around, and I would be like, why are my footsteps so fucking loud? It was like all I could hear. Like I couldn't zone out my own footsteps because like back in the day, the metal footsteps were so loud. It was like all I could hear, and I was just like so confused and just like terrified of dying. And I was just like, I'd run around with like a TT pistol back when like LRN PC could one shot anyone in the head, and I'd just be like getting owned. And I was like, this is ridiculous.
John Wick meta was
I had
real.
no idea what's going on. Yeah.
What about you,
And
Sneaky?
I had no idea.
I primarily come from a background of DayZ and like Arma 3 and the mods that go with that. So when I first saw videos on YouTube about Tarkov, that's kind of when I started getting more interested in it. And then I just had a look on the Escape from Tarkov page. And I actually went and bought Tarkov, I think 3 months after the beta was released, and I purchased the Prepare for Escape edition, the third one out of the 4, the one that's just before EOD. So I remember when I first got in, the player control and just the movement and stuff was so different to anything that I'd played before. And obviously I felt the competitive aspect, but at the same time, I realized that this could be played in a completely different way. So again, like if we were to take it back to kind of like the way that DayZ is played or DayZ mods for Arma 3, there isn't really much of a competitive aspect to them. But I definitely saw, and I like that kind of thing in general. So I definitely saw the potential for that within Tarkov, and that's pretty much how I play the game up until today. But the first 3 months, I didn't stream Tarkov at all, and in fact, I played it a lot off stream, just to try and get better at it because there was quite a few people who were already streaming the game, and they were very, very good at it.
You remember which YouTube video you saw first?
Yes, I do, and it was God, what was his name?
Hey guys,
God,
Devil
he
Dog
was
Gamer
Superman
here.
logo. It wasn't Devil Dog. It wasn't Devil Dog. It was God, I can't remember his name now.
Frankie on PC.
Frankie, that's the one. Yeah. So Frankie,
Yeah.
I was watching a lot of his videos and about DayZ and stuff and Arma 3, and I saw his video about Tarkov, and that's what got me into it, 100%. And I've just been pretty much hooked ever since, and to this day, still finding out new things about the game almost constantly. It's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
How about you know, fam?
Well, I
Wait. Can we
I was
just call you
first in-
Anton?
yeah, go for it.
We've
Anton.
never seen them
how about
both in
you?
the same room. Just saying.
True.
Anton, what do you think?
You're catching on. I got first introduced to Tarkov. Oh God, I took my first hit at Tarkov somewhere back in about 2 years ago. Oh, I've just been hooked ever since.
You're doing armor testing, weren't you? Or
I got
something?
introduced. There's a LAN party. Some guy just said, "Hey, come here, try this." Oh, God, peer pressure, And man, the fucking rush. I'll tell you, the first raid, you never get that back.
I just remember being super afraid in the first raid, just like not knowing what the fuck was going on. There was no enjoyment. It was just pure shitting my pants fear.
Oh yeah, it's always like
scared
that,
as
but yeah, and then after that, it was just right into it, just day after day, just nonstop for like 6 months.
It's so addictive.
Hit a real low point. Man.
What made you start the ammo and the damage score stuff?
So yeah, to be serious, there just wasn't any information about anything. Like I got really competitive with the game. I really wanted to, use the best loadouts because I wanted to live and kill other people. I think that's kind of the goal. And there wasn't enough information for me to base my choices off of. So I started digging around and figuring out what made everything tick in the game so I could be informed and make those choices. And then I let everyone else know. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. And Anton's videos weren't up to scratch, so he stopped making them.
Well, yeah, I did. I mean, he did, yeah.
Hey Jesse, what about you, man?
Yeah, so I came in just about a year ago. It was towards the end of 0.9, so it was interesting coming in at the end of a patch. I mean, I had no idea at that point, what that meant. But for me, like, it was a really interesting relationship between watching play the game, because like I said, I came from, my background was like all constant.
Is everyone
Like,
is he cutting out? Am I cutting out?
Yeah, it's cutting out
Yeah.
a little bit.
Is it working now? Is it
I'm
better?
seeing
Yeah, yeah.
flickers all over Discord.
Yeah, so am I.
That's weird.
It must be that thing.
Is this World War
Try
III?
again.
All right.
Try
again,
again.
Jason.
Join the chat.
No, you're good. So it was just way different than my like background in gaming, like not really competitive. Like I played multiplayer games, but not really competitively. And it was just this like dance back and forth between playing the game. Like the first few times I played the game, yeah, I was just absolutely destroyed, just wrecked. I couldn't make anything happen. It was just nonstop. But the more you play the game and the more you realize how hard it is, the more when you go watch somebody make a play, the more you can respect that and the more you're like, holy cow, like that's incredible. So then that would push me back into the game. And yeah, it was just kind of that dance for a really long time while I learned, because it was one of the first PC games I ever played too. I built my computer as like a video editing thing, started gaming on it, and then picked up Tarkov, and it was all over.
Wait, so you didn't
But,
play games before Tarkov?
I didn't play
That's
PC
deep
games before
water.
Tarkov.
What?
That's deep
Oh,
water, I
Donkey
know.
Kong.
That's deep, dude.
What did you
Yeah.
play on the console then?
What did I play? I mean, I like a lot of like, I liked a lot back in the day, like single player RPGs,
Like-
so like Fallout, Elder Scrolls, The Witcher,
Skyrim.
all that kind of stuff. Like I played a lot of like Halo and Call of Duty, like with friends and stuff like that, but never like super seriously. I really liked diving deep, which is once again why I think I fell really hard for Tarkov, because it has a lot of those like MMO and RPG like tendencies, but with the PvP aspect of it that like hooks you, you know what I mean? It makes the highs higher
Yeah.
and the lows lower, you know what I mean? When you kill somebody and you know how hard it was to get that loot and I get to take it. You know what I mean? It's not just an MMO where I killed you and I feel good about killing you, but I get to take your stuff. And so that was what being able to watch that and then be like, how do I make that happen? So
That's why I enjoy robbing people in the street, to be honest.
same reason. Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
exactly the same way.
That's funny that you came onto PC and then just went straight to
Oh my god.
No
just
gateway
straight- That's
drug?
like
Dude,
Nothing.
that's like rocking up at the DMV and saying, yeah, I want to get my license. They'll be like, yeah, we'll take you for a lesson, and they just put you in the seat of an F-18. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah, sure.
It felt like
yeah.
that sometimes. I
Yeah.
mean, there were multiple times I
Yeah.
completely like quit the game. I was like, dude, there's just no way I can't do this. But then you just watch it for like 10 minutes and it hooks you back. It's insane.
Dude, that is amazing. That's deep water because I could, if I didn't have CS or any
Mhm.
other competitive game I played to help me with what I have now,
Yeah.
just to head first into Tarkov, I would lose my shit. I would be
I
that
did
guy
many times.
that comes to my stream and complains, or to all of our streams to complains about how we abuse running with a pistol. You know.
well, that's it. Like we came in with like a crutch because I played CS:GO and PUBG a shitload before I
Mhm.
played this. Like I came in with like at least some general idea of how mouse aiming works. You
Mhm.
just came in, yeah,
Yeah.
like a
no,
virgin,
from
just
this-
stumbling the stick into the hole, mate.
Yeah.
yeah. I've been in your channel, Ghost, asking you about tips many times.
See how I said Ghost, not Veritas?
This is bully. Veritas is sitting there.
He's like, I'm waiting for it.
He's
No.
probably got me muted. I'll know in 3 seconds on the stream when my mouth is moving and there's no audio.
But yeah, I want to know, Veritas, you never said what you did. How did you got in? When you started.
I started PC actually not too long ago, only a few years ago. All my Brazilian buddies that I went to college with got me into CS:GO, built a computer with me, and then from getting into CS:GO, I started watching Shroud, and then got into PUBG from watching Shroud, and then all of a sudden one random day I saw he was playing. I think he might have been playing with Clean, and I just remember I'd never heard of the game before, and I think he was like raiding through gas station, and they were like he was so scared of the scavs, and I thought that it was like a zombie game because it's just like the scavs, oh my god, like they were treating them like they were these crazy zombies or something, and I just remember like how guttural and like
Mhm.
real it felt. So I instantly went home and got the game. This was, I think, maybe December of the year before last, 2017, and then I loaded in level 1, and I just clicked through. I had a Makarov with no magazines, just the one magazine in the gun that you get from the standard edition. But I just figured, like, there's no other game in the world that makes you take your
Mhm.
magazines. It's just like Call of Duty. You hit R, and you know what I mean. So I was in woods. It was a night raid, and I just remember there's that area of woods where there's like that concrete wall that has a break in it, but it's like this little circular area in the back, like where you spawn, and it was pitch black. So I was just walking around in circles for 45 minutes in the one little blocked off area, and I quit the game for months because I was like, this. I couldn't reload, I couldn't heal, I was limping, I didn't know anything about them. I didn't bring any meds with me. I just didn't understand the game. I got back into it in January after seeing some more people stream it.
I had no idea how to do the meds. I remember like playing, and I was like, "How? Like I've just bled to death. How the fuck do I heal?" And I'd quit, and then I'd go and watch someone streaming, and I'd watch them play it, and then I watched a lot of breaking skills to learn a lot of how to play to start
Skills
with, because
fam.
he was really awesome at talking to chat, and so I'd ask him like shitloads of questions, and then I'd go in and I'm like, how do you do this? And they'd be like that. And then I'd go and do one raid and I'd be like, I've been fucked by some other abstract mechanic that has pissed me off. And I'd go and watch another stream.
Yeah, do you guys remember when hydration was actually a problem still? Right at the
Yeah.
beginning? Because that was definitely a problem for me. 'Cause I just
I
wander
lost my
around
stomach.
the map. Yeah, exactly. Or even just from wandering around and exploring and stuff, you just get dehydrated over time, and then all of a sudden.
Yeah. It was
I
the
remember
worst.
you used to be able to grind your like your metabolism to make it not possible. So like that was
Yeah.
like the first thing I ever metagamed was that I would take in like 20 pineapple juices at the start of every raid and just chug them at the start of every raid.
Right?
That was
Yeah.
like the first entrance to like grinding skills that I got.
Yeah, Deadly
Uh,
Slug got a lot of flack for all those
Interesting.
guides that he made. It was like how to choose every
Yeah.
skill.
I remember you would go to woods and he's like, this place, there's three offices or 3 buildings. They have a lot of food. Just eat everything. Eat everything.
Yeah.
And then leave one juice for the end. Just eat everything. You
What
just
about-
see people munching in there.
Has there been any times where you guys have just been like, fuck this game, I'm not playing it? Like, not permanently,
every
because
day.
everyone comes back. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Like 3 times a
Yes.
stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was just before Battle came out, the servers were. I felt like the servers were really desyncy, and I was like, I cannot get a win here. I cannot get a kill. Every single time I'm
Mhm.
picking a corner, I'm dying, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Like I actually thought I've lost like my mojo. Like I'm not the greatest player in the world. Like I'm average. I was like there's something I'm doing wrong. Something I'm doing wrong. And then fucked up. It's just thought like I just don't think I'm good at FPSs anymore. And then they brought out Battle and I was like, oh, the game's a lot easier now.
I know the game got so much easier overnight. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly, just no one hitting these insane shots except me. Like when Battle I got no.
I was
Like
gonna
listen,
say it,
Ryan.
but I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, and if as a streamer it hit me like even harder because I would my first day and I missed the first initial release of Battle because I was I flown only back. And my first 2 games, the guys that came to my channel, they were like, at first I thought you were a dirty fucking hacker. And then I saw your name and I was like, this is Ghost. And that happened for the whole stream for 5 hours straight. They were like, there's no way this guy did it. And they were like, Ghost Freak, isn't that guy? And then they would join the stream. They'd be like, dude, no, stop. Just stop. Battle I was supposed to take you.
Yeah, then like 2 weeks later, people were coming in and going like,
What's that ping?
sorry for trying to enjoy the game and be able to play it on the server.
You want to play
Yeah.
with people?
Oh,
okay.
You want to play with people? Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
is
think
that?
I
It's like
stopped-
4 a.m. Sorry.
No, I after I quit for a couple of weeks because I just didn't understand what any of the mechanics of the game were. When I came back, I think once I got a taste for like putting the first OPSKS in my stash from like surviving, I remember one of my old videos. It was one of my first or second videos. You see, I've got such a shit-eating grin on my face scrolling through my standard account, and it's like SKS, Vepper, 133. I'm like, oh boy, like I'm a rich boy now. I was so happy, and after that, I just got addicted to it, and yeah, at that point, I don't think I could give it up because it's like a terrible narcotic.
Do you remember your first M4?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, I
that.
do.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't take it out. I was one of those guys.
Oh yeah.
I got the
Oh, you
M4 and
cherish it.
I didn't take it out, and then I was like, you know what? I'm doing the same thing I did in Daisy mod. I'm just gonna take it out, and I did like 20 raids, and I made enough money to buy another one, and I was like, I will never lose this, and then I lost it, and I was so pissed, but I could buy 3 of them, and that's how my whole
Yeah.
analogy for me or playing Tarkov just grew. So I mean,
I used to feel like everything was so rare. Like
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
remember the first time I got, and I think this is a lot of folks
Just
probably experience this. Yeah, especially with with the aspect of gear fear. Like when I got my first set of fort, I'm like, I am keeping this pristine, like on a shelf. Like I wanted to put it in a case. I didn't want to use it. And then like 2 months later, I remember this was probably like 0.6 or 0.7. It was literally just item cases and filled with fort armors because it's like, oh, I didn't realize that there's
Mhm.
just like an infinite amount of these resources. None of them are particularly rare. It's not like Diablo where there's like a 1 in 1,000 chance of something dropping, especially now with the flea market.
Mhm.
Everything's just instantly accessible. So take out your gear, people, please, Christ. In any factory, take your gear out.
I think it's because most of us became smarter though with the whole gear and everything. We know the odds, we know where to get it, we know how to get it. You know, it just became simpler. I mean, you
Mhm.
know, this is like, oh, there's a brand new fort. I don't need it. It's too fucking heavy, and it's someone's gonna pin it with, you know, a gold neck. Nah, leave it.
Sell
I
it.
want,
Mostly,
yeah, I want that back.
I already know like various awesome. Like I've already spoken about this, but for me, Tarkov's ruined so many other games. Like it's
100%.
really
Oh,
difficult
yeah.
now
yeah.
to play a first-person shooter. I go play CS:GO from time to time, or Apex for a bit, like down.
Mhm.
Just, you know, it's a mixture of the combat mixed with just there's the reward in Tarkov, the thrill of loss and then reward. Like Apex, you die, go back into another game. It's
Mhm.
like, I don't know.
All they
It's-
need is like a collectible monster element. Like if you can complete a set of something, and it would be the end of like civilization as we know it. We need collectible Pokemon Nikita cards.
Anthropomorphic guns.
Anthropomorphic guns would work. Yeah, I think that'd work. As long as they can fight. Wait, can we make our guns fight? That's an
Oh
interesting
yeah, absolutely.
Or we could dress up
13.
scavs and they go into little battles to each other.
And then they could the scavs could mate, and it could be like a reproductive
man.
sort
Yeah,
of
breeding.
evolution.
Oh.
Yeah, breeding. I like that. I like this. I'll work on this in my fan fiction that I'm doing.
Please no more fan fiction.
The last one with the tentacles, that was fucked.
Wait, what?
Yeah, make sure Nikita doesn't see that.
Yeah,
What's wrong with Tarkov roleplay?
they
That was so
they
fun.
they are there.
Keep our
There is
sex life out
someone.
of this. Tess.
Yeah,
I'm not good at
they
roleplay.
are there.
Ooh, Rashala.
So, no
Killer
fam
comes
and
in.
Jesse and Sneaky. Did you guys start streaming Tarkov just straight up? And did you guys play it to start with beforehand?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I played it for almost 3 months beforehand, like I said before. So the player movement mechanic, just the player controller in general, and the camera movement, as well as just aiming and stuff. Obviously, there's no crosshair and things. Do you know what I did? I went on to Factory for about a month and a half straight, and I was like, okay, well, I've got to get as good as I can with the cheapest weapons, right? So I took out Makarovs and 136 Vapors, and I don't know. I have several clips of just wrecking fully geared teams at this point because I did get pretty good with those, and I just kind of started branching out. But it was just I don't know. Every fight was just kind of I don't know. It just fueled me. There was just so much adrenaline every time because you kill this team and then you have to loot and then you have to extract. So it's kind of like bit by bit, stage by stage, and it just slowly but surely got better over time. But yeah, no, definitely not. It took me about 3 months to actually start streaming it because I did not feel comfortable with what I was doing in game.
Did you feel like you would, like, if you started up the stream, you'd just be like, I don't want to make an ass of myself. Like, I wanna be
I
good at this
mean,
first."
that could have been interesting, but yeah, I don't know. Exploring, I don't know. I just didn't feel comfortable enough. I guess just I had no idea. But I guess I had a bit of a different approach to streaming back then as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I had
What about
like
you, Jesse?
I played, so when I very first got the game, I was in somebody's stream and I was like, yo, what should I do as a beginner? And their response was just nonstop run Factory. It's the best way to learn the game. So new to PC gaming.
Veritas is like,
Yeah.
take some gear in, and you're like, I don't have any gear.
100%. Brand new to PC gaming, brand new to Tarkov, and it was like 2 weeks of nonstop running factory at the end of a wipe. It was at the end of point 9.
Oh no.
You would
And
be
so
slide.
you asked
no.
earlier if there was a time where I gave up on the game. 100%. 2 weeks of just getting destroyed. You know what I mean? Like I probably hatcheted one person the entire time. And so I stopped playing the game for a while, and then after that, I jumped right into streaming the game. Like one of my first streams was like 45 minutes in an offline shoreline raid trying to find the extract. And there was one person in my chat, and I didn't know about the time of day. So the sunset, and it was pitch black dark, and I had nothing on me. And he was like, "Just go over there." And I was like, "I don't understand what's going on." But so I just kind of dove right in streaming the game. But it's actually been super fun because there's like 1 or 2 people, like my stream titles back then used to just be like 7% survival rate, lol, like I need your help, like, you know what I mean? And so it's been fun to have some people that have like hung out the whole time. And so
That's the
but yeah,
beauty of
we
the Tarkov community, though. If
100%.
Tarkov's got anything on every other game, it's the community.
And that's 100%. I 100% wouldn't have stuck with the game without the community. Like for sure, without like all the resources that have been put around, and even just people hanging out in chat and like being like, "Oh, go over there or do this," or GG's, like for sure. That was kind of my thing, was like after that experience of like 2 weeks of running factory, just absolutely getting stomped. Like I needed that. I needed somebody to be there with me, even if it was just in chat. And so, yeah.
It's cool, like going from that sort of aspect of like I used to have people come into my chat and be like, "Why aren't you doing this?" I'll be like, "Oh, I didn't know that was better," and then changing it because I started out as a scrub as well. Like
No one starts
basically
good in
stopped
Tarkov. No
playing.
one loads up Tarkov and is like
Oh
first day.
yeah, but I started streaming and I was a complete scrub, and I just went from PUBG to this and just started streaming straight away. And I have people coming in and tell me, and it's weird. Like I think about that now, and I'm like, oh, I used to be the absolute worst, and I have people in chat coming in now. People coming in the chat, and I'm just like, shut up, I know what I'm doing.
You know you can hotfire your beds. You can hotfire your beds, right?
If one more person tells me that, I swear to God.
Yeah.
Listen, I just like to drag and drop it, okay? It's the tactile feeling.
Yeah.
It's the realism feeling. You can't just hotkey a med.
Muscle memory. That's all I say. Ghost, why are you doing this? Muscle memory. Just fucking.
I might start bringing in my ammo loose into a raid. Go, no, because in real life you'd load the mat.
Make it feel a
man.
lot more
Immersive.
You get
Immersive,
calluses on
yeah.
the inside of your thumb too. After 14 bullets, you're like, oh, this hurt.
Yeah, there's like an animation, like
Oh no.
I do wish they'd speed up the reload speed. Like they actually no, there's just one that really annoys me is the single loading sniper rifles when he pulls out one bullet at once. It's like this guy's reaching into his pocket, pulling out a single bullet and then putting it in. It's like, who does that? Like, grab a handful, man. Come on.
Those are some Jinkos he must have been wearing. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you probably don't know what Jinkos are.
Yeah.
Just leave the fucking med kit open.
Yeah.
Just continuously heal this arm and then this arm and then this leg.
I understand why it's like that, because it's like easier to animate a single animation instead of having like different ones. But it's like, sometimes you're just like, why? Especially when you jump off something with a broken leg or something like that. So you have a broken leg and everything's healed and you jump off and then you have 1 damage on every limb. And it's like, look, I want to heal it, but it's like, look, I'm fucked.
Pop a ETG and just be over it.
Yeah. And then like 20 minutes later, it's just like, I'm looking through a pinhole. This sucks balls.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
I just don't heal. People get honestly angry at me for doing it. Why? What do you mean? No, not
like
healing.
if
I'm
the
just
chest
like, I
is
can't
low-
be bothered, please.
If the chest is low, it's worth it. Otherwise, it's like,
Yeah, no.
I wish they clicked
2
the
points off
slush
my
earlier
right leg.
today,
Will be...
and it had no healing animation, and I was just watching the bar go across. I'm like, those were the days.
Oh yeah.
Days.
You showed me one the other day.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you used to be able to pop like different healing
Multiple.
items and you could pop them all at once? So you'd have like
Yeah.
you'd have
yeah,
like 5
that's
AI2s
crazy.
bound, and you just like run your finger across the top of your keyboard, and then you just
Yeah,
be like,
right.
Oh my
It's
There
just
was
like
no
Just stab a
delay.
button and you're completely healed. Yeah.
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 All
When
the
was
time
that?
that you used to just be able to slap ammo into your mags and stuff.
5.6.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah,
Wow.
but
Like,
you'd set I'd have like a like 4 I'd have a painkiller, and then like 6 through to 8 I'd have AI2s, and then 9 I'd have had to have a grizzly, and just go and then everything would just go and then I just be back in the game.
That's crazy.
Imagine if you do that with Sims now.
Oh
Can
my
you imagine?
gosh.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, it'd be
no.
sick. Yeah,
No, you just take all of them with.
yeah. See, that's like if you got all 5 of them at once, you just like smash them, man.
I will be immortal.
God.
Straight in your chest.
Yeah, I don't understand why he does one at once. I mean, I do 20 at a time when I'm doing recreational drugs. So, I mean, what?
What?
Nah.
He's got to just pulls an IV from off the camera.
Yeah.
It's probably no fam at this point.
The game will
Oh,
get banned
man.
in Australia.
Yeah.
What I want to ask is when you started to do the ammo charts, were you honestly surprised in some of the rounds and the counts and the numbers?
Some of them, yeah. Some of them, because at the same time, I was like looking through what their like real life specifications were. I gave myself like a crash course on body armor and bullet penetration, mostly so I could argue with people online about what was realistic. I think that was a big
Nothing.
big motivator.
Nothing
you
better
know?
than going
Well,
out.
gotta be right. Gotta be right.
Actually,
Actually, but
I have actually like it's macroed.
that's
It's Control
like,
1. Just I say it.
I'm just thinking about the slugs back in the day where it was just honestly it would just funnel out when you shoot slugs. It would be like you shooting buckshot, but one of those 20 BBs is your slug, like missing your target. I mean, getting hit in the head 50 times while wearing a cold pack with slugs is just.
Well, actually,
Back in the day, I was just like, no,
I remember
this can't be. That much shots are lies.
the most frustrating moment that just jumps to my mind was when I snuck up on this person, and this was just after fast MTs were put into the game. Snuck up on this person with a Glock, because it was like the Glock and the fast MTs came in, and he wasn't even looking at me. I was like point blank at the back of the head. I'm like, "Tick, tick, 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 tick," and the mag ran out. And I'm just like,
I remember having a few moments like that. I'd have times where people were just standing there and I'd lay down. So like laying down used to be the meta. I'd just like lay down with an AK and just unload it on his chest. And I remember just like I got to the end of the mag and I was just going click, 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 and I'm too panicking to reload. And he just turns around and just goes, boop, and just one taps me. I was just like, fuck! It's like, why?
how long did it take you guys? How long did it take you guys to realize like how not complex, but how in depth like the system was? Because I remember for the first few months of me playing, I never once paid attention to the bullets. Like I didn't think that they mattered.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they mattered. Like the 0.5, 0.6, every ammo was equivalent in my head. It blows my mind how you can.
It was all word of mouth for
and
me.
not know.
There was no Anton
Yeah, I
YouTube
just had
videos.
someone-
There was no
yeah.
spreadsheets. There was no data from Battlestate Games. People would just be like, "PRS is the meta." I'm like, "Oh, PRS is the meta."
And when the PRS came up, I was like, this can't be. And I bought another account and I had my laptop and I would join with both of the accounts in and I would test it and I'll be like, this is the worst shit ever. And I think I have a clip of it of me just being in woods and people are like, why don't you use this? This is the best. I'm like, no, dude, it's not. And that's where the whole I had this massive arguments with people about why ammo is, fucked in the game at first. Because the worst ammo shouldn't pin, the best armor.
Do you remember
I
when
think it
they
was like 2 months
when
after
the
that
ricochet
Anton showed
check
up.
was wrong, and the
The Ronin. The
was it
Ronin.
the
Yeah,
Ronin?
Ronin.
Yeah, the Ronin could take like 35 7-in-1 shots from a Mosin or something like that. That
I remember
was
that.
classic.
I never wore the Ronin too during that entire period of time. I never got
That's
to
all I
benefit from that.
we tested it and we found out, and then all I wore was a Ronin and a Fort for the entire time, and the only people that could kill me were people with M4s and 995.
The SA-58 was useless against it as well. I did a test, and it was like
Yeah,
7 or 8 shots for
The
an
only bullet
SA-58.
yeah. The only bullet that went through it was a 995. It was a single tap, so it's like that's your kryptonite. But it was early in the
Jeez.
patch, so no one had it. That was a funny patch.
What was your favorite patch? Me, it was 0.8 all day.
Point
That was the
five,
first.
point
That
six.
was the first. It was the first patch that I could. I think my win streak was like 30 or 40. My KD was like 15. Just being able to run fort fast.
No
Wasn't
fancy
that
drops.
I would just
when
factory.
Rishola
there was
came in?
No,
0.8.
I think he came later, didn't he?
He
Maybe
was
not.
0.8.
I think Rashala came in 0.9 because that was the trailer for the game when I was looking
Yeah.
at it. The 0.9 trailer
So
had
he did come
the deal maker.
Yeah, Killer came 0.9 for interchange. 0.8
No,
was.
Killer wasn't there straight away.
Oh yeah. But when did Rishola came? Because that's the time when I just.
Killer
That's when
came.
the game shifted.
Killer
to
came
me,
with
for me.
Labs, which was at Christmas time. I think that was
Mhm.
10.2 or 10.0.
Yeah.
Rashala
I'm
came with
pretty sure-
0.9.
Yeah, with
Mhm.
interchange. So it was the same patch as interchange. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I would say my favorite patch would be probably the early days. But the problem is, like, when you're learning the game, that's probably the most thrill you have in the game. When you get to the
Yeah.
point where it's just you're going in for PvP action. You hear a gunshot, you're sprinting towards it. I feel like the excitement dies down that little bit. When you have that real extreme fear factor, that's probably the peak enjoyment in the game, though. Like it's.
You remember walking up the stairs in factory? Like I
I
remember that. The heart is racing.
Oh
I
yeah,
remember
before the
just,
magic
like,
is lost.
crouch walking everywhere. I don't think I've crouch walked in the game in like 6 months. I just run everywhere.
I hit
Like,
level 70.
yeah, I'm coming.
And I just hit covert movement level 3 when I hit level 70.
Oh my gosh.
I think why I remember this. It's 0.9 Rishala. I was on a night raid and I was probably level 5 and I was doing my water quest. And I came into second story dorms and then I totally forgot about Rishala. And they have BT rounds, so they have traces.
Mhm.
And myself, and I can't remember who's with me, he runs past me and it's just traces on traces, shooting through the windows at him. And that's when they were aimbot 100%. Like they were going to hit you with one shot. And I sat there between two doors, the opening of two doors, and I'm like, am I going to make this? Can I crawl past it or anything? And they would throw nades from 3-story and they're walking towards us. And we're there with AKUs. And I'm just like, this is the death of me. And
This is the end.
I wanted to throw my AKU because it's insured by the bathrooms, and I was like, no, I can probably face tap one, and I put 30 rounds into one, and he was like, oh, Soka, oh, so, and then run right up, right into my face, and that gun was like this, and he just gone. It was over, and I was like, fuck, first death. This is how I do it. This is okay.
On the floor in the
That was the
bathrooms.
Sounds about right. Do you guys have a specific time where you remember just being like, I'm gonna take this seriously and be like a sweater at this? Or are you guys ever taking it like you just always taking it real chill?
Immediately. Sweat from the get-go.
Sweat.
Yeah.
No, I think when I sweat, I don't talk, and that's it doesn't help for the stream. And people know when I'm sweating. I would be joking, and then it's just like, ha, and then I'll be quiet for like It happened yesterday. 8 people killed 8 people on the hill back of 2-story, and I didn't say a single fucking word except he's behind you, he's there, and then I'm like, hey guys, how you guys doing?
And then you come out of it like, oh, sorry. Guys.
Oh yeah, guys, sorry
I
guys.
blacked
Yo,
out.
what was I saying? No, I think going like full sweat, I could never do it because it would bring me back to the CS days, and that's what I like about Tarkov. Tarkov is I can play it one day, I can play it really slow. Other day, I can speed it up because I can control the game speed. You know.
What about
Yeah,
you
me
guys?
running,
Sneaky?
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things that I really like about the game. I mean, I kind of already mentioned it because I come from DayZ and Arma 3 and stuff, and those games are fairly slow in themselves. So, for me, I still kind of I don't know. I just whenever I want something fast and kind of some fast paced action, I just go to factory, I go to labs. But other than that, I mean, other maps like customs, for instance, they can be pretty quick too. But again, if you just want to just kind of just chill out, have a nice kind of chill run, with just talk to your chat or whatever it is, have like a general discussion and stuff. You go to you go to Shoreline, you go to your interchange, and you just loot around, just kind of skulk around and whatever, and then. Yeah, but it can get still pretty intense on those maps, especially at nighttime. Nighttime interchange rates recently have been really good, actually, really, really good.
That's probably because of the
yeah.
the ad of the quest where you got to get kills between 11 p.m.
Right.
and
Oh yeah.
7
Right.
a.m.
I
Chumming.
think a lot of people actually, yeah, right. I
Chumming.
think a lot of people actually chumming, yes. But I think a lot of people are actually hitting that kind of quest and that kind of point in quest progression at the moment. Not gonna lie though, I am slightly envious of people who are just getting into the game and just that magic of just having to explore everything and finding new crates and stuff. It's just and like little nooks and crannies. It's just
Until they're
definitely
walking along with an SKS, they just get fisted by 5 man of super
Right.
dudes with eye cases who like
Eye
just slay
cases.
them and they just slurp all their loot
And
and
they
point
don't-
one
they
and
don't-
they just fuck it off.
Yeah.
They don't even pick up his SKS. They drop it, take his weeds and,
Yeah.
and
No,
grenade. and
they just shred all these meds, grenades, and attachments, and they just fuck off.
Absolutely.
Do you guys
Yeah.
think there's any way to get that back? Because part of me thinks that if they made there's a lot of changes they have to do to make it work outside of what I'm about to say. But if they made it so that like all of the loot was totally random. Like if you go into the swampy area of Shoreline and like a jacket could have a LEDX in it or a Bitcoin or you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just put stuff
Yeah.
everywhere and also make it so that a lot of the things are super rare. You get that feeling again of I found the one RSAS or SV98 out of 100 that are going to be found this week, not
yeah.
20,000
Yeah.
that are sold every 3 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that could probably bring it back.
Yeah, I do like, and I do know, it kind of works when it's almost like the Mountain Dew, the tent in labs with the LEDX. The LEDX spawns there, and it becomes a point of interest. It becomes a fight around this dome at the times. And I do feel like they need to do it with all the other maps, have certain locations 50, or not even 50, like that's too much, but have the possibility of spawning something you need for a quest, or because it gets, if it's going to be all random, I have the worst luck with RNG, dude. I find TP in every fucking jacket.
You search
I
jackets?
don't-
I haven't searched a jacket since the golden pocket
But
watch.
why don't you search a jacket?
Because there's no reason to.
Bitcoin's
That's
fine,
what
man.
I'm saying.
Right,
Bitcoins
Players
can
wear
spawn in
jackets and
whenever.
I search them.
I get fucking
Yeah.
TP, dude.
They-
the one
Something
time.
that, like, it's like one thing that like I've been playing a bit of Hunt Showdown lately, and one thing that I've sort of like just like something twigged in my brain the other day is like and for people who haven't played this, essentially you just have like these monsters that you banish and you have to like sit there and channel them for like 2 minutes and then you can extract with it. There was something that sort of twigged my interest in this was that like the monsters don't matter, they're pointless, they're just a catalyst for PvP, And there's something about like with the lead X's, like, and the good rooms and stuff like that are a catalyst for PvP in Tarkov, but it's too easy to loot them super quickly. And so like having something that actually makes players have to stick around for a little while. So like the most valuable loot is like a, I don't know, a USB of Rashala's secret porn stash or something like that. You have to, it takes
Kill a
like
dick
2
pic.
minutes to yeah. Takes like 2 minutes to transfer onto a USB, and so you got to sit there for like a minute and defend it, and all the scavs come and fight you or something like that. And everyone on the map knows about it, and make like have these kind of like these really like have like a catalyst for PvP. Oh, someone scared me.
We've spoken about that before with the Kibber room being
Yeah,
with an
exactly.
alarm. Oh, hello.
It is
Howdy.
Nikita.
Can you
Just
hear
hack-
me?
We can
Did you
hear
hack
you.
us?
Yes.
Yeah, great. What should I tell? I'm sorry to interrupt you, actually.
No.
Uh,
Yeah, fucking slush.
I've never said anything important, don't worry.
We weren't talking about you, Nikita. Don't worry.
okay. So, just to say something about the current processes, I think. I don't know what to say. Actually, I spoke English so long time ago, so I need to refocus on the conversation. As you can see, right now it's a sunny day because usually the podcast was at night and late evening, so it was dark here. And right now it's in the middle. It's the middle of the working day here. And as all you know, we are working on a 0.12 patch, the most insane update ever. And we all know how we are all waiting for this patch, and we are waiting for it too. Even I have a person who wanted to give me money for the exact patch date. Like, I will give you money, just tell it.
Wow.
How
you
much
told
did they
you.
offer?
I told you not
Yeah.
to tell anyone that, Nikita.
How much did they offer?
And did you
How
tell
much
them?
did they offer?
And did you tell them?
No, we didn't negotiate on that term. Like I said, what the hell? I don't like. We have the inner like deadline, and it's not so long actually. And it's all the yeah. It all depends on late call bugs, like the last things that we missed. For example, we said that we got some good improvements in the performance, and we decided to check all the maps too, like in closer look, and we discovered that for some reason on some locations the performance got worse, but we already fixed that. It's just about the thing it's almost ready, everything is almost ready, but something is being missed constantly, especially at the end of the time, and especially when it comes to total exhaustment. Like everybody just broke their asses, and like it's not a good development process. Like it's not meant to be this way, to make games like this. And some of us can say that you should go rest, like you should make a vacation for everybody. You don't need to exhaust, to stress out, and make it. We need to do it, and all of the great things in the world, in the history, we made in crunches, by the crunches, by like the pushing the limits of like human, I don't know, something. I you can say that it's loud words, but it's just about like it has to be done. Like we need to do it, and it's so much time passed before the last big update, and we just need to make this final push, and it's all going in right direction. Maybe I will make another status update. I don't know, like what to say here, like what we encountered right now, like some of the bugs, some of the unpredictable results and things. Like,
So
for
the
example,
last time, Nikita, you said
Mhm.
in Reddit, I'm pretty sure it was majority of the content's done. You're up to the final
yes,
internal texting and bug fixing
yes.
to get it ready to
For
launch.
example, just a simple example of Hideout. Hideout is being polished, and we discovered that we didn't integrate it in a main game loop. It means that it's simple, like we will have a button Hideout, we press the button, and the Hideout will load, not for like 10 minutes, like several seconds, and this loading process were not done precisely, and how it was needed for the current game design. And we discovered it like in the just like week ago, and we need to redone the integration process to speed up the loading process of Hideout, like pure technical stuff.
Mhm.
But you can understand that if we'll release the update with such kind of imperfections, it could break the immersion and the experience of a new patch. I know you will be happy, I know, even if we upload like total garbage, you still will be happy, because new guns, new map, and of course it's 10 FPS, but I think most of you will be happy, and the other half of the people will try to break our skulls and fight us, like, and
It
make
does,
something
man. It
bad.
doesn't matter what. If it doesn't matter what you upload, someone's gonna complain about it. So.
Yeah, and this is why we need more time, and this is why we still need to go on. We can't just like say
a
that,
break,
okay, yeah,
or-
take a break, guys, everything all right. It will be all right after we will upload this update, and it's really big. Even if we cut some things out, like additional stationary weapons, some exit mechanics of new location, it still will be done in the future patches, but it's still the biggest patch ever. So many content, so many features, optimizations. On the only Unity 2018 migration is worth the wait, and it worth the resources we put in the process. So
Yeah.
Well, I
like,
think I probably speak for pretty much everybody when I say like thank you guys for
Mhm.
the hard work. Like we all appreciate it. We know you guys are busting your ass, and we're looking forward. We're looking forward to it. So don't kill
yeah,
yourselves. We know you want to do it for you, but thank you so
we
much.
will
Yeah.
try. We will try. Yeah, and like I'm constantly telling people, my colleagues, about like uh, players, dedicated players. I really want this update, and they are waiting for it, and they are like wishing the best for the processes currently ongoing, and that's why and every time it's really good to see the reaction and the hopes and dreams of people who want this update to
Yeah.
succeed. And it gives energy, of course. It's a typical thing actually in every kind of development, but the reaction, like this, the energy that people trying to provide us to complete the tasks, it's it's going, it's flowing, like we feel it, and we are like stressing out really hard in terms of uh in terms of deadlines, in terms of dates. Like we really want to make it better, make it faster, but it turns out that we need more time and more time and more time, but it's all on the finish line, and this is it. So
Yeah.
we just need to wait a little longer. There will be some pre-wipe events. I can tell you one event right now. You will be like, I think some of you already know this, but somebody doesn't. So this event will be about the secured containers that we will disallow the ability to put things in. So it's just will be takeout only. So if you get
Yes! I'm
Sorry.
so
No,
hyped
you
for
get it.
that. Yeah, we get it. We get it. So
this will be just for the testing purposes, just to test this game changing change. And if the majority of the community will love the true hardcore experience in terms of magical box from Terra Group that will save your items, we will make this permanent in the next versions. So we will need to decide. So this is one of the events. Yeah, just to like to wait out this days. I don't know. I can. I wish to say days, like couple of weeks. I don't know. Like we will try to tell you the exact date as soon as possible. Most likely there will be huge podcast thing all the day, like the launch center or something. Like we will be preparing the patch and we will make the huge podcast. We will invite people to talk about this. I think by the time there will be new trailer, so we will be able to discuss it. We'll make some kind of, I don't know, show, like something to increase the interest of the people. Yes, and there will be more pre-wipe events. It will be like the perfect thing is when we start these events, the patch will be near, like really, really near. And when we start them, it will all depend on the fate, the chance, like the things could pop up unexpectedly. The last train thing, it's usually it's a typical processes. It's everything about that you have a perfectly combined, perfectly built version ready to upload, and you decide to make this final run, like final gameplay testing, and something game breaking is going on, and you need to postpone the patch by the several hours or even days. We'll try to avoid these things, of course, and actually we are avoiding these things right now by delaying this update more a bit. This is
Yeah,
it. This is the same thing.
what I wanted to say was, making announcements or any sort of announcements, even the Instagram stuff, helps of being like, guys, we ran into another bug. It's going to take another few days. Be calm, and then give a small update. That if you feel like it's going to be too much at a time, it's not. Honestly, it helps. It helps a lot. It takes more of the strain and more of the heat off. So don't feel like you shouldn't be doing it because you're gonna.
Yeah, it's all also limited by like.
I'm under the
It's
impression
usually
you don't want to get people hyped up, and then you go, oh, it's going to be another couple of weeks, and then it hyped up again, another couple of weeks.
Yeah, something like this, but also it's how to say it.
Anticlimax, blue balls.
Like I'm getting really tired and exhausted, and I don't have a feeling and an energy power to make some statements again. Like I'm stressing out this really bad because I know how it's bad to delay things. I hate to delay things, and sometimes it's hard. Like for example, I can't watch streams right now. I can't participate in chats in streams right now because if I know that people will say like take your time, like many like good words for the company for myself, but it's like it's pressure. Like it's still a big pressure for me because people wanna, like, even if they are understanding, caring people, I'm still feeling that.
It's internal
mm,
pressure.
Yes, like it's not right to delay things
Yeah.
for these good people. Like the people are so kind, and you don't want to make them feel bad or something. And that's it. But we will upload the patch. I will jump in and we'll like see how people like or not, and things. And of
Yeah.
course, there is
But-
another thing, this huge patch. Like it's always we have some kind of fear that you will not like it or something, but usually it's about every other patch that was before, like like some kind of this the condition, like shaking, like nervous condition, waiting for something bad.
Anxious?
Yes, like it doesn't have a point, like, but it's still something like from beneath, from the inside. It's going like it's just some nervous thing, like stress. I don't know how to say it. And I know that many people, many guys who working right now are feeling the same, and because they really want you to love this update, and they really want you to feel good and happy about it.
And that's another thing. I mean, at least from my perspective, like I think it's so awesome. Like I can see that. Like I can see that from you and you guys. Like I mean, I don't think any of us can imagine what the pressure for you guys is like, and to hear you even talk about it, that you don't even really care about the external pressure so much, it's the internal. It's the desire to make the game the absolute best it can. And so I so respect you guys for being able to ride that line. Like I know you guys don't want to push the game back, but like to even just hear you talk briefly and to see how much as like a gamer you want it to be good, but as a developer you want it to be great. And I think the big thing for like point 12 that I'm excited about is the furthered like vision of Tarkov, because we all love the gunplay and the mechanics, and more maps and more guns would be great. But I think the reason we're all here is not just gunplay and attachments and maps, but like the vision of what Tarkov could be. So the fact that you guys are like so fine tuning that and bringing that to the next level with the hideout and these other things, like I mean, to piggyback on what Veritas said, thank you guys for doing what you do, but thank you for like, I can't imagine how hard it is for you guys to ride that line. But the fact that that at least from my perspective, the vision for what Escape from Tarkov should be and what you want it to be is kind of always first. And that gets me, even though, yeah, I want it. And like, you know what I mean? It's like the waiting hurts. And that's what gets me excited more than just the maps, more than the stuff, is like you guys just absolutely pouring everything you can into the vision. So I don't know, just it's just, I just want you to know that like as you talk, I think everybody here can like see exactly what you feel and how much you guys care about this game. And so I'm really excited.
It's not thank you. Yeah, it's not like it's like something super bad. It's super like super hard is going on. It's hard, yes. It's important, but it's still kind of fun. But it's like maniacal fun, like something delusional, like something crazy is going on. And but it's still fun, and I can't say that like sometimes I have some kind of periods, like some kind of moments in my life when I thinking about what the hell, what am I doing with my life, But last month, last year, even I stopped thinking about it, actually, because it's my, like, I don't want to say loud words, but it's what meant to be. It's life for me and for many people who work here. It's almost 100 people actually already. We're growing, and it's all about the finishing the initial plans for the EFT. Yeah. And one more thing I want to say that this update will bring the more visionary things in EFT, because the hideout is what lies between the raids and off-raid processes. So I hope it will give you more immersive feeling of what's going on. Like, I hope that the world of EFT will become more solid, more detailed, and you will feel it more authentic, like more natural in all of the gameplay cycle, because like you'll be able to build the booze machine, make some moonshine and drink it.
Make some scav meth.
No, that's illegal. It's illegal even in the virtual reality. But of course, I know that some of us think about it. The hideout will be some customizable Sims sort of gameplay. No, it's not like this. Right now, it will be just a representation of what's going on, like after the raids, to explain auto regeneration and stuff. And there will be cool things like Bitcoin farm, and you will be able to brew like moonshine or make stuff like medkits, or even you will be able to how I say it, disassemble. Like you will have the special recipe. You will have the you will be able to get components from the medkits, like several piles of medication stuff, like the bandage and things, like to get more materials to combine something other.
To make so
Correct,
like,
like-
disassemble like 5 IFAKs and 5 bandages to make like a car medical kit or something like that.
Yes, something like
Yeah,
this.
cool. Oh, that's awesome.
Can I
And,
disassemble a scav to make a suit?
It's also it's more illegal. Like it's super illegal here. So also you will be able to what? I don't know. I forgot. You'll see. Like we have a plans to make the trailer, and we don't want to show everything that will be in dispatch.
That's sick.
So
Everyone will be excited
yeah.
for that.
So you will be able to, like, I don't know what we have a Pestily here who's a really like EFT maniac. I personally I know that he will think about complete 0.12 patch in 7 hours. It will be impossible. It will be impossible. Like, you will not be able to build all the things in hideout because it will have a hard limitations, time limitations.
Decepted.
That's great.
I wanted to say he's gonna challenge accept that. He's gonna try.
7
This is what
hours.
he
But-
does.
Yeah,
So-
but it will be really interesting to watch, because some of the areas in hideout will require a lot of resources, a lot of time.
I have time. I have resources.
Okay.
If you don't mind me asking, Nikita, I've got a couple of questions just from the chat that I'm sure people want to know. One of them wants to know like how big the patch is going to be. And I think before that one actually, I heard a rumor that the game will be down for probably 12 to 24 hours for the actual patch update. I don't know how true that is.
Again, we didn't plan to stop the game for such big periods. It could be just about like there will be some huge critical bugs or something, like we will have a like technical malfunction in server backend or something. But usually it takes for like several hours, 3-4 hours, maybe a little more. We still like the idea to have this some kind of podcast before the patch. It's more about like increase the interest of the people who like on the at work and can't play the patch right now, and we will be able, like, we can even run the update, like upload the update, release the update, and most likely the servers will drop, and but the podcast will be live, and we will be able to say you directly what's going on with the game, with the update.
That's a good
Because
idea.
That's a really good idea.
I hope that the game will run. We already implemented the queue line thing, like in World of Warcraft. So if we have the huge overload in our terms, not the World of Warcraft terms, like millions of people waiting in line, we will push the button and make some kind of queue, and let's just ease the pressure on the backend.
Tarkov Prime gets preference, right?
Yeah, Tarkov Prime. I still pay for that.
Yeah.
No. We don't about this. But some of the people like
Wrecked.
thinking kind of people asking us about how, like, you will be able to carry on the development. You will need money, something. I said, yeah, of course, DLCs. And DLCs is gonna be, but they're gonna be after the release. And that's it. I can say more, like, of course, we are working on the, like, self-funding. The game gives us funding to enlarge and continue to make game. And it's all right. I don't see a problem with it right now. But we need to finish the game. Like, I don't want to make the EFT for a whole of my life. I want to make other games, I have a cool ideas, like the banana in forest for the strawberries, like, falling from the sky, and you ate strawberries and shoot strawberries with 7.62. And the landmines, and the scav on the trees, like, shouting, and blood everywhere. I have a lot of ideas.
Nikita's
I
been
know,
drinking.
Nikita is really tired. You can see
He's
that.
been up for a week straight.
He's been awake for a week.
I'm not smoking anything. Yes, I am a bit tired, but it's okay, because as I said before, it's still kind of fun. Like even on the Saturday, we discovered that we have some kind of I know, glitch with the visual glitch with the new grass rendering system, and it was kind of bad. It's not a catastrophe. It's like it's a normal thing, because the supporting thing in my mind that you're still waiting for the patch, and you will wait a little bit more, because we are not like burning the time, like lazy and something. We are trying to make things better, and I know that most of the players will understand this, and this gives like, not calmness, but some kind of, like, I'm taking it a bit easier, a bit.
I think as long as you releasing updates on like what you're working on and things like that, people are willing to wait. Like those Reddit updates like are good. Like when you say, okay, we've done everything, we've done this, and this, and we're just working on bugs. People like that. I know that I like that, because I like to just get like I'm not super impatient. If I've played 0.11 too much, I'll go and play something else and wait for 0.12 or whatever. But if it's like it just having an update from you guys and knowing, yeah, we're at this stage is always good. Like obviously not having like we don't need one every day, but it's nice to know, and people get really excited for those as well. Like they get real pumped. I notice that like even when you do those, I go onto the servers and the servers are packed again because everyone's like, oh fuck yeah, point 12.
It's tomorrow, boys. It's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys are totally into the update thing, yes? Like give more quick updates, even if it's like, okay, I was up in early morning, ate some bread.
Yeah.
I had some
Nikita
coffee.
vlogs. Nikita vlogs.
Nikita vlogs.
Can you
Yeah.
start?
Killer.
Can you start an Instagram account for just you, and it's just you like taking photos of your
Just
breakfast?
you.
I wanted,
you.
I actually wanted to do it. Like I have, like, I woke up in early morning and just like I want that Instagram in my life. I just went on Instagram, pushed my email, like clicked the word like sign up or something like register,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
register, yeah. And in that moment, in a split second later, the Instagram gave me this account was banned for the violation. Blah, 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 blah. So they banned me in
Nick banned.
0.002 seconds for something I don't know, and it's like report it through the support or something like okay, and I understood that something
Pestily.
stopped me, some power, some fate stopped me from opening up this Instagram because the Instagram is a
It was Battle Eye,
is
wasn't
a
it?
yeah.
The
That was
should've put
it
all
was
those-
a long time before. Like
should've put all
in,
those
in my
pictures on
phone, I have a lot of cool pictures of my life. It's like it's really strange actually for sometime, but something stopped me. And,
Mixing
okay.
Tashanka up with like just 9x18 bullets. That's what you eat for breakfast.
Like something like this, like it's totally cool for me to go after some good restaurant, to go at home and eat some noodles or something like easy, cheap, like something,
Croutons.
yeah, something bad, and something like really, really. I know we have in Russia, we have the like noodles called dosherak, yeah, dosherak, and I I like there was some funny story about it. Like I went, I took a car for my colleague and like to drive, and I discovered that the gas tank was empty, and I like filled it like everything to the full tank, and it costs like pretty big amount of money. And the cashiers looked at me and like, oh yeah, this guy, like he has a really big car or something. And I paid for the gasoline and I paid for this dosheraks at the same time. And it was kind of strange because I understood that they will thought about me like, oh, he has a really nice car, but the guy who gave this car didn't give the money for food or something like and,
Yeah.
yeah,
They
okay.
probably thought you stole the car.
You stole the car.
Yeah, Nikita, I know a lot of us have noticed that there on the launcher there's it says like I don't know if it's a server live or can you give maybe some info about what that means?
This is some files who got in about the early test servers. It's a system that will allow you, not you or some really like important, enlightened players to test EFT before the like live servers. It's called early test servers, and it's not ready yet.
Will it
But
be ready 4.12 or
it will be ready after point 12, because right now
For
it's
future patches.
yes, it's not like we don't want to put some raw patch right now because you're all waited for so long, and people will not be happy that some of us will have the ability to test 0.12. Some of us will not have this ability. It's unfair, I think.
Yeah.
And it's just because this 0.12 patch, because it's huge, it's long awaited, and we need to wait a little more to
Polish.
no, the
Polish it
polish to no, hell, like
I've got a Russian translator right here.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
can
say
it
it
in
in
Russian.
Russian.
You can
Yeah.
say it in Russian.
Я могу перевести.
насладиться,
Никита.
насладиться, насладиться.
To
Как
enjoy.
насладиться?
To
Enjoy, to
fully.
enjoy. Like we need to wait all together to wait this patch and enjoy all together.
Yeah.
Not like for some like guys. You know, I tested like 0.12 and it's kind of shit. You know, kind of shit.
That's the
But
best
it's
American
not.
accent I've ever heard.
Not just like him.
Nikita, you sick
Yeah.
five?
I think that if you did if you gave access to like a bunch of streamers at the moment, I don't think like in all honesty, if you gave access to me, I'd probably refrain from playing it because I'd have so many people in my channel just going, fuck you, fuck you.
Yes,
Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
I don't actually
Yeah.
want to be spoiled by it though. You know,
Yeah.
I want to be with
Oh.
everyone else, just being like,
Yes.
holy
yes.
shit, I can do this. Yes.
I wanna
Holy
help.
shit! It's 10 FPS on customs. Holy shit!
Yeah! Look at the grass. I could just see myself lying in the grass.
Look at this grass. It has no textures. It's all rendered in pink. Oh shit!
Is that what happened?
That's the stuff of nightmares.
Something like this. Another example. I saw it in one of the technical chats about the development process. That the material for the window, how to say, like things that keep window like glass
Frames.
window frames.
the
Yes,
frames.
like the window frames became without the materials for some reason. Like it's like your cat become the pigeon for some reason. Like it's totally unpredictable and it has no logic in it. But we discovered that the Unity build engine, like building engine that which builds the content in the as assets like packs, bundles, and stuff, broke just in that window frames for some reason.
With
Yeah.
the engine changes that are coming, what are we get asked a lot, like what do we expect to be different? Is it going to look different, feel different, perform different? Like what?
Right now,
What-
it's all about the building, the basement for the future changes. It's like we moved to another empty house with a stronger walls, bigger
Yeah.
foundation. Yeah, that stronger foundation and stuff. So it's more about the foundation. On that basement, on that basis, we will change the graphics. Like right now, we changed the rendering methods of grass, and it became like render long distances. And we will try even to change some textures just to see how it will go. Major graphical overhaul will be later. Do not expect that the game will change in terms of graphics, but we have a much more better looking SSAO called HBAO occlusion, ambient occlusion system. We will have the temporal waste anti-aliasing, good one actually. Like it's like I think maybe it's best TAA. Like if you want to compare TAAs in other games, so something will be done. Some tweaks, but mostly the Unity engine, new Unity engine will help us in the performance issues. For example, we expect to drastically reduced freezes and lockups and hiccups and other things
Is that
Is
through
the
multi-threading?
the rendering pipeline integrated in this initial thing, or is that a future thing?
Future thing also, like scripted render pipeline is a thing that we want to implement. I personally really want to change the graphics like entirely, like everything in the game. It still will be like the layout will be the same, but the grass models, grass textures, vegetation models, post effect stack, and everything about the graphics will be changed. Like the lightning, the shadows, everything. But it's a big task, and it will be. We will like try to make it in many patches for the release. Just to have all together.
Can we expect any changes to like the player controller feel with the new engine, or is it gonna be essentially the same?
New engine has an optimized physics, and most importantly, you will have, maybe, I don't know for sure, but I think you will feel a really slight difference because we changed all the third person animations, all of them.
Yeah.
So
So
like it's
every-
really nice. You will see it in the trailer right now. I if something that I like, it's perfecto. And
Nice.
if something that I finally liked, it's good. And I think you'll like it too because they're optimized, they look better, more professional, and it's kind of influence on the first person behavior too. You will see. Of
Yeah.
course, if you describe, like, if we decide that something was not good, we will change it, of course. Yeah.
With this new iteration of the new Unity engine, it's gonna make your work easier putting out
Yes.
content.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the new Unity, it's still full of different kind of problems. But most
Yeah.
importantly, that the EFT, I personally think, and nobody can make me think other way, that the Escape from Tarkov is the biggest and like the most complex game on Unity engine, and it's constantly we like we touch these boundaries of the Unity engine, and we ask Unity support team to expand these boundaries for us, like fix some bugs that nobody will encounter because they don't have such kind of big games. For example,
Yeah.
we enabled the texture streaming thing to reduce the amount of used RAM, like memory. And so many textures and so many video memory and texture memory that it's also led to some unpredictable results. And what I wanted to say, that when we have like Unity 2018, it's in the pack of supported versions of engine. So the Unity support team reacts more fast to answer our questions and fix our problems with the new engine, and it's the most important thing.
There going to be any audio differences?
I know what you're talking about, like to change like positioning to make it look better. Unity, Steam Audio and thing. We decided to move it to the next patches because we simply can't be in time. Like so many things, and
Yeah.
like we have a programmer Dmitry, and he's on the different gameplay things. He was at heavy machine gun, stationary machine gun. Right now, he made minefields and sniper fields. This is the mechanics that will disallow you to escape easily. You will not be able to. Oh, there is a door. It looks like the next field, and you will get the bullet in the head because it's snipers over there. or
So
mine.
the scavs are going to be extract camping.
Maybe. So he really likes to make such kind of gameplay things, and the Steam Audio was also on him too. And we decided to shift it a little because,
Mhm.
like we decided to do it. Don't be mad.
Oh, Nikita, while we're here, can I ask you, with reshade, is reshade bannable on the
Battle
easy
engine.
anti-cheat?
That'll
It's
Oh,
not
sorry, battle line.
easy anti-cheat.
Just the other,
money.
sorry, I was playing
no,
something else
you-
before the easy on it. Is it because I
it's
noticed
not-
that the newest version won't launch? Like if you have the newest
Yeah.
version of reshade, it won't launch. Did you guys do that deliberately, or was
So just to mention, just to make you understand, Pestily has its own people who works on the whole line of the games under the protection of Pestily, and they work really well, I must say, because they good. And
We can tell.
it's
Yeah.
not reshade is not bannable, but some of the version, like the final versions, the last version, added some tweaks that could be used as cheating. And that's why it's just will not run, and that's all. You will not get banned, but we can do it if you want. But you will not get banned.
I'm good without
so-
being banned.
So the politic between the players, the game, and the cheaters, it's pretty hard. It's pretty harsh. Like Pestily makes the environment positive. Like that you have
Yeah.
like you have a like positive like environment, and they cut off all the causes which could be like in bad hands to use the game with the cheats and some exploits and stuff. It's all like they came into like a neighborhood and make their own rules first. Like, so you go, and you can stay, and then the police came in, raids, bustings. I know how to say it in English.
So I don't think anybody would care or be talking about reshade anymore if there were settings in the game for, whether it was like brightness or whatever, or color settings for like color blindness. Is that something that is in the roadmap? Because then everybody can just shut up about it, because we can say go to the in-game menu.
If,
and stop asking.
if they only wanted to make the game more brighter, or have that ability to like color blind options, but it's not about this. They just make the brightness like so bright they can see it at night. They use the different methods to see only normal maps on the screen, so you'll be able to look at night perfectly. They use the dots on the center of the screen, crosshairs and stuff. They they're not so how to say it. They are not saying everything. Like, yes, we just want to make the game more look more funny, more colors and more brightness, because I like to go on the woods and it's bright
I
and
think the point
colorful.
Veritas is trying to make, if you just added a contrast gamma and a colorblind setting, then there's no argument.
Yes.
Then they've got nothing to argue.
Yes, I understood that, but
Yeah.
as I said before, some of the people use the reshade
Yeah.
as cheating
Yeah.
software.
Got
Yeah.
some
Totally
funny
agree.
photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
my-
still will be
my main
will be not happy about that. You
Yeah.
still ban the reshade even if you add the ability to change brightness and contrast. But we
at
will
least,
do it.
But at
It's
least
not a
I can
problem.
say stop asking about reshade,
Yeah.
because there's alternatives now. When I tell people to shut up,
Mhm.
they either say I'm colorblind, and
Yeah.
there's nothing we can
Forcing
say.
people to admit it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Now it's like
Exactly.
now nobody
I think,
has
like,
nobody has any reason.
My main reason for using it is the anti-aliasing, just because I play for like 10 hours a day, and the sort of blurriness without the anti-aliasing, it makes
So you
it
use
just
a sharpening filter, yes?
Yeah, I use sharpening filter, and then like I would use like NVIDIA Vibrance because I have a TN panel, so my screen's very dark, so I just turn up the gamma just a tiny little
Okay.
bit to make it look a little bit brighter. But I mean, like if when you guys get anti-aliasing, I just won't use reshade. I'm happy with that. Will you
Mhm.
guys, once you add that stuff, just ban it in the future? Like all of the versions of it?
Mm, Again, it all depends on the Battle.ai developers. If they see that something is not right in some third-party software, they block it or ban it. It's their decision, and we can elaborate on some cases. Like some of the situations could be elaborated, and we can talk about it. Like we decided, so okay, it's cool to have this version of Reshade going, and we will tell Battle.ai like whitelisted. It's okay, but it's all like not like it's not automatic. It's like the process that we need to study and see what's going on. Like it's not like automatically or something. Like we ban all the image enhancers and stuff. I know that image enhancers could be the good, like they can give some really good results in terms of visual like representation of the game. but it's usually used as a cheating software tool, and some of the software is getting blocked not only by Battle.ai but other anti-cheats as well, because they can like shift the meat maps of textures and make the grass totally transparent and stuff. And it's like driver based tweaks that you can do it with the NVIDIA control settings or something. It's also getting blocked or even banned. So for example, if you try to make some make some changes with the texture thing on the driver level, on the video card level, you will get banned in the game for sure. So you don't need to cut this slow to make your experience better, but the cost of experience of other people.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay, guys, I think I need to go. My even throat hurts a little.
Throat.
Take some rest. Thank you.
Dude, thanks so much for popping
you.
in. I'm sure the community really
You
do.
just hold up. Hold on. I will definitely
Also,
make this
what date's the
update.
patch?
Oh,
Soon. Just say soon and bye.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Everyone freaks out.
it will be so cool. It will be tomorrow. This nightmare will end at last.
Well, if you're gonna get it done, you better get back to work then.
Yes, of course. Sorry, guys. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay, I will make some. Maybe tomorrow, maybe today. I think tomorrow I will make some status updates or something. Maybe even at Sunday, Monday.
Try to make that
Tuesday,
Instagram
Tuesday.
account as well, so we can actually keep up with
Yeah,
their
yeah.
food
I
When
intake.
you
don't
make
know.
coffee, when you
I
go make
think-
coffee, it's
think-
2 minutes.
Okay.
You will have 20,000 followers now. I will
I,
get it. for you.
actually, I need to make coffee right now. Maybe even 2. Maybe even 3. I don't know.
Pop an
'cause
adrenaline.
maybe,
Easy.
I have already drank like 3 Red Bulls today. 3, and
I feel
it's
bad for your
already-
heart.
I'm already getting delusional. You know, I'm talking crazy stuff, talking shit on the people. People want to say. People want names. People want dates. People want patches. And I'm telling about some Instagram and stuff. Like it's not good. There's some other people think that he is sitting here too long. Maybe he should go
Like there's no
work.
work.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I will go work. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much for popping in.
Thank you, Nikita.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, man.
Let's wait for the patch show together and be cool.
Cheers, dude.
Absolutely.
See you, mate.
All right. Well, hopefully, guys. I hit Nikita up earlier today and said we're going to be doing a podcast tonight. If you got 5 minutes to pop in and just let people know what's going on, that would be great. I I didn't actually expect him to stick around for so long. So that was awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that was awesome. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And I said, I just added into it and said, if you could jump in, jump into it. But I actually, like, he only messaged me about an hour and a half ago. Oh, actually, it would be about 2.5 hours ago now, saying that he should be able to pop in towards the end. So that's awesome that he did.
Mhm.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I will be uploading this on YouTube anyway at the end. The podcast is actually more about us having a bit of a banter and yeah. So unfortunately, I wouldn't say it was unfortunately hijacked. I think everyone here would be really happy about what happened.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, good turn of
Again.
events. Yeah.
Banter with
To be
Nikita
honest,
is always fun.
The whole time I wanted to say that their patches thus far have been absolutely stellar every single time.
On release,
They've blown
yeah.
us away every single time. So I think that them taking their time to actually get done what they want to get done and then to essentially woo us again, I think that
Yeah.
that's what we're waiting for. That's why we're all here.
I'll just tell everyone in chat that's only got here towards the end. They kind of want to know what Nikita said over the whole thing. You guys,
I'm
I'll
saying
summarize real
the-
quick. But if anyone thinks something I forgot, we'll let them know. But he said that they're going to be doing pre-wipe events. The content's completed, but they're doing the internal testing. There is going to be a trailer and a podcast on the day of the patch, as in the day before. It'll be during the pre-wipe events. One of the pre-wipe events is going to be you can't take items outside of a outside of a container.
You can't put them.
Sorry, you can't put them in.
into-
You can't put them in. You can't. You can take them out, but you can't put them in. Which means you can have your keys in there and unlock doors. But if you were to
and
take your
meds and some ammo.
and you could use your meds from there. But if you took your key bar and put it into your pockets, you're an idiot because you.
Oh shit!
That's gonna
why
make
you
so many good clips.
That's why you
So
insure
many.
insure your key bars so you can run to the first bush and hit delete on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's safer.
And he said that's
I
going to be.
honestly think that that's how that shouldn't be how it should have been for a long time. Personally, I like the idea of it. I know it's sort of negates the gamma like being so good because like you can carry a bit of stuff like it sort of it degrades the worth of the gamma that we get with the AOD, which sucks. But like I'm willing to sacrifice it for better gameplay. Personally,
Oh, well, everyone's gonna be able to get the Omicron anyway. So
Well, it
Yeah.
comes back to
Omnicron. What?
it's the same size as the Kappa, but it's got it's a 3x3
but
with
divided.
three single slots on
Yeah.
the side.
Mhm.
Man, I've been out of the loop. Shit.
Yeah.
oh,
They
that
showed
was
a picture and everything.
ages ago.
If the community likes it,
They-
they might make it permanent.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was the
Forgot all
point.
about that.
During the pre-wipe event, they'll do that test, and then I don't know how we'll do it. It'll probably be on Reddit or who knows, Twitter. They'll do a poll or some shit, or just go by whatever. You might just go fuck it, I'll do it. And if people enjoy it, if the overall consensus people enjoy the fact that you can't put items into your container from the actual raid, then they'll make it permanent on future patches. Doesn't mean straight away for 0.12,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
at some point they'll consider doing it.
It's something interesting to try. I think it'll be cool. And hey man, if you hate it, then complain about it. If you love it, then say how much you like it. And
Yeah.
and the
It really comes down to
I
like
guess
we're talking about how
BSG will work with it.
you get to an LEDX spawn and
Mhm.
someone can loot it, but they've got to get away now. So you could still technically do like a LEDX run, pick up the LEDX, sprint downstairs straight to an extract or something.
But at least when I
Yeah.
kill a hatchling, there's some reason for me to
It's
check
worth
his pockets.
Possibility
100%.
of getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
every-
like it though because they can
Bad
get
case
data
Gator
from
will
it.
be dead as well.
And every
That's,
single person you kill,
Ooh.
you'll
Be
search
nice.
their pockets, their backpacks, their rig. You'll search every square.
It's exciting
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would say that like on like if they're doing that like and this is just like just a theory, but I would say it's probably going to come to the point where all the containers are like the Kappa where you can't put other containers in them except for your docs cases and key bars. That's I reckon the direction they're going to go in. Like if the Kappa has those holdbacks, like you can't put a mag case in there. I reckon they'll probably end up doing that with the Gamma.
Yeah. I mean, this is a good way to get
That's-
any data, recurring
Mhm.
data from it.
Yeah.
And the community
Yeah.
can actually speak up and be like, no, or yes, this is actually awesome. And that's why the pre-wipe events, they've gotten so much information and data from it that it helps the game push forwards.
And I
So
th-
this is just for the people that are freaking out, just chill.
Yeah.
You can go get the uproar and vote, and you guys can vote. And even votes that have been positive has also been, not taken. So it's not 100% thing.
And if it's a close call, I reckon, unless it's like a definitive, like 80%
Yeah.
plus or 90% plus, unless it's definitive, I don't think it'll change. But it's
Yeah.
still, I think it's going to be an exciting experience just for that pre-wipe event to
Mhm.
say, hey, that person just looted an LEDX and I got it. Like,
Yeah.
Or they picked a key out of a pocket of a scav and we got to kill them. And I think it'd be fun.
It'd be really
Yeah, it
interesting to
changes
see
a lot.
that in the early game for find and raid mechanics. If you're trying to find, 5 or 10 of this thing, but you can't put it in your gamma, that'd be super interesting.
Oh, hell yeah.
Did we miss anything else he brought up? Points. There was a lot of stuff about like they're working on fixing stuff.
The bugs and the rendering and
Pink
the
grass
whole
and
changing of
customs.
graphic. Yeah, the pink grass and customs and the window frames and textures they're being redoing. Certain map spots.
He said the pre-wipe will be not too long before the actual patch. He's going to do it. If we brought up the point, everyone likes announcements from him, even just him popping in here, but they want him on Reddit and that as well. Just putting out those things. Maybe he'll start doing weekly or. Funny if he posted a photo of his food every day with it. Hey, we're one day closer. Nothing else. Just like...
Yeah. It's just a bunch of 762 with milk in it for cereal.
Pat, should I put this podcast up on like a proper podcast?
Yeah, I'll
like the
send you.
audio?
I'll send you the video at the end, and then
You ripped the
Cool.
sound.
I'll post it to my
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
Oh, we
but-
talked about the Steam audio as well. The Steam audio was a planned upgrade for 0.12, but they pushed it back. Steam audio, if you don't know what Steam audio is, Google it. It's just a like directional binaural. Is it binaural? Binaural? I can't remember. I can never pronounce it.
Binaural.
Oral.
Binaural.
Yeah.
Oral?
Yeah,
Is it
oral. Yeah.
Oral?
Yeah, binaural.
Anal.
Bianal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bianal thingo. Directional hearing thing. It's used in a lot of other games. So if you just Google Steam Audio, if you don't know what it is, there's some really cool YouTube videos on it, and they're going to be putting it in the game, and it's pretty. From what I understand, it's meant to be the best sort of directional audio in the game sort of business at the moment. So they pushed that back to the next patch because they said it was too much work. And Dimitri, the coder that was doing, is working on different things, which are he said, what did he say, minefields and snipers and different types of extracts. So he's working on extract mechanics instead of the Steam Audio this patch, and it'll be in the future.
I can't wait for Scav's extract camping.
Oh, that was the point
Yeah.
someone brought up
Just the
before.
boss gav.
So
Yeah.
someone said that because if we can't put stuff into our containers, extract camp is going to go through the roof. As much as that's a negative thing, when you think about it, is if when this game goes to open world, extracts will be totally different, I think, and there'll be multiple extracts, and because extract campings are going to be on the rise, you'll actually look for them more often. So
Yeah.
because that they're
but
camping.
you look at like you can't extract camp labs. Like there's no extract camping in labs because there's too many extracts. I would say that it's probably more likely that most maps are going to become like labs. Like yeah, you can extract camp factory, but in the future they might make it so it's like, oh, we've got a button instead of keys, and then you can just take one of 3 extracts or 4 or 5.
You know, it'd be
Like,
sick.
it's,
Smash, I reckon if they just added 2 more extracts on every map.
Yeah, I mean I don't have a problem with it. Like I never really encountered that many extract campers. Like every time I've
but we
only
don't have
ever
people
seen
on our
them at
servers.
factory. Yeah.
I
No, but
always
even
check
like
my extracts.
even
I learned
even
from
like
it.
even in like the early days, like when there's shitloads of people there in the early days of patch, like I think like 2 or 3 times I've encountered like a 5-man sitting in the extract, and they're always some undergeared plebs, and they get wasted, and it's just more of a laugh. So it's not a huge issue for me.
Thanks for the content.
So yeah, I mean, like understandably, it's a different experience, and everyone else has their own anecdotal experience through it. And so it's like some people will be like, oh, it's fucked, there's shitloads of them, or I don't see them at all. But yeah, it's easier if they just make it open. But they are working on the extract mechanics, and that's that's the thing that Nikita said over and over again, is that they're bringing in new extract mechanics on the new maps, and they'll be going back and putting more extract mechanics onto the older maps. So
They
it's
did
not
this say they
a huge
looked at the
issue.
old maps anyway. So I mean, we don't know in the sense that he changed it already or added.
There might be different extract mechanics in point 12.
You can imagine Woods
and
will
they
probably have
they
more.
added a customs one. There is
Yeah.
the customs got the car,
Pestily.
that kind of stuff. Like that thing's awesome when you're
Woods is going to have the
absolutely
scav boss added, so there's probably more
feasted.
stuff added to Woods.
I told you there was 2 scab bosses, and the ones coming towards they are. You didn't say there was gonna
I
be
think there's
2.
also going to be an expansion for Woods in the next
Yeah,
patch.
expansion with a
The
building.
little village. Yeah, the little
Yeah.
village or
Yeah.
whatever.
Is that in point 12?
I don't know, but I mean the boss scab is gonna be roaming a section of it that's being expanded out.
It's definitely
Okay.
been spoken about before in previous podcasts.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, we should have asked that. Chat's like, why didn't you ask? Well, fuck, sorry.
Why didn't you ask?
I tried my
The
best
scab
to
has
let him
FPD
talk.
and AK-105.
Give him the best chance
Yeah.
to get as much information out of him.
Sorry,
We're all sponges,
Yeah.
like trying to get it all.
if you just let Nikita talk, he might accidentally say the wipe date, guys. That's the best way to do it.
Exactly, that's what we're doing.
He was tired. We wanted him to slip up and say the date, man.
Nikita leaks. That's
Yeah.
what
Nikki
we're waiting
leaks.
for. Nikki leaks. Sorry.
Remember, everyone, if you put your
Oh,
keyboard in your pockets, Pestily thinks you're in it.
Put empty ones in your pockets. I scored nothing. Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, I wanted to wrap this up around the 2-hour mark. I think we could probably call it a day there. Unless you guys got anything you really want to add towards the end of that?
Why don't we answer the few questions from the chat, and then we can.
All right.
We
all right.
can.
What question do you want to answer, Ghost?
Does anybody want to know anything?
No, well,
from
yeah.
us?
Anyone want to just ask us a question, and then we'll try to answer it not so sarcastically.
Someone wants to explain the secure container. So Nikita's going to have a pre-wipe event. During that pre-wipe event, you're not going to be able to put stuff into your container in the raid. You can only take stuff out. So you'll be able to use keys and your meds and take ammo out or whatever, but you won't be able to put anything back in. And that's going to be for the pre-wipe event. And at the end of the event, they're going to work out if people like it or not. Who's the most handsome fucker in the team? Anton, by far. But he's the youngest.
Dude,
so...
he's fucking beautiful.
That one time he
Oh
accidentally
my
turned
God.
on his fucking camera,
Oh
dude.
my
It was
God.
like,
Yeah.
whoa, dude.
Who the
I
fuck's
could not
that?
believe it.
He's ripped.
It's like
too.
a
Brad Pitt.
halo of golden light.
Dude, he's honestly
You could grate cheese off that dude's abs. He is so shredded.
Oh my
It's
god! When
insane.
I almost mentioned that when
Oh
Nikita
my
said something
God.
about, he was talking about crunches. Like when you're in crunches, doing crunches to like become the best. All I was thinking about was Anton and his abs.
Yeah. Fucking just.
Every time he goes to get a
Why
drink,
is he
of water
hiding
on
his
screen,
gifts
he
from
does
the
a
world,
1,000
man?
sit-ups.
Dude,
They're not
he's
ready.
just-
They're not
They're
ready.
not ready.
No.
Can you
It
guys
is a bit much
confirm
to
that?
take, yeah.
We didn't actually ask about the packer or like some kind of super packer that the bosses are wearing. I don't know.
It's a
Rashala
new
doesn't wear
iteration
armor.
of the pack. Yeah.
So
No, he
Yeah,
just has
Rashala
armor
doesn't
in his
wear-
bones.
it's
No,
got,
he just
they got
has
extra
like
health.
3
So-
times the normal health. Yeah.
I don't think it matters what they're wearing as long as they're shredded like Anton, and they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just abs
Eight
deflecting the
back.
bullets.
Yeah, bulletproof biceps, right?
He
7 and
flexes
1,
off just a SNB around. Just whoop. No.
Anton, just imagine. Have you guys seen? Okay, I can't make that joke. That's. I'm thinking about Ronaldo, the fucking guy dancing. Just Anton, just perfect. That's Anton.
Anton's better looking than Fabio.
Fabio.
All right. Any
Yeah,
more?
Fabio.
Any more?
Ricardo.
Tarkov-related
Sorry, it's
questions?
Ricardo.
Oh, Ricardo.
Yeah, Ricardo. Anton's just Ricardo, dude.
Uh,
Oh my god.
You guys are crack up.
Yeah.
Mention
VoIP
a
off
test server.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, we didn't
Yeah,
ask
that's
about.
true.
I don't think we know, do we?
About a test server.
No.
He said
that was
after
a-
0.12.
Yeah.
Yeah, Watch Tom Die asked, you mentioned about the test server, and it seemed like most of you, aside from me, because I said I was very interested, wouldn't want to utilize the test server if they made it closed. Do you think it would be for EOD only? I highly doubt
No.
it has anything to do with EOD. If anything, I think that they would probably just choose some people, whether, like, I would assume that there would be content creators and also non-content creators that they probably know whether or not they're like
Yeah.
people from like the forums or
Yeah.
mods in the Discord or whatever to like test stuff
I'd play it
out.
offline for sure, but I don't know if I'd stream it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
No,
what-
I
yeah, I
think it
mean,
would be under
yeah.
NDA anyway.
When's
You
the
wouldn't be
app
able to
coming out,
stream.
Veritas?
So I'm waiting on Apple right now. It's version 1.1 of the app, or 1.0 of the app is done for iOS. So I'm just waiting for Apple to transfer over my personal Apple developer account to I start a corporation, so that I just don't have to have my name on it. And I'm assuming based on their schedule that it'll be live in the App Store sometime this week.
Nice.
And then as soon as I submit it, once that gets transferred over, which is hopefully tomorrow, it shouldn't take them long. Then I'm going to start working on the web app, and the progressive web app will also work on Android. It's going to feel just like a native app. You're going to be able to have an icon on your home screen. And the benefit of that is that I can push out updates like instantly. So as soon as I'm done with like the first feature, I think I'm going to do one of the calculators. I'm just going to push it out. So we won't have to wait.
The people that don't know, Veritas is making an app called Battle Buddy, and it's going to have pretty much all the information from the game. You won't be able to load up your own stash and stuff like that, but you'll be able to like learn all the mechanics, everything in the game pretty much. You'll be able to do damage calculations on armor if you shoot a certain bullet into a certain body limb and how many shots to kill them, all that kind of stuff. So it's a really cool app. It's put a lot of time and effort into it.
It's going to be free with no ads.
offline
And it's open source.
Offline squad, we don't know about yet. VoIP is being postponed to after 0.12. That came out a few podcasts ago. The app will be on Android when Veritas hardens up. Weapon sling mechanic? No, I don't. Do you guys know anything about that?
They did talk, Nikita
I
did talk about it back in the day. That they do want to add the
Is that like you're
possibilities of
shooting your
weapon
gun
slings.
and then you bring your gun
And then
down
drop it
quickly
quick
with
and
a
then
pistol?
ADS faster.
Yeah.
But that's with the skills, and it will be an attachment you put on your rifle to increase your weapon switch speed and everything. But that's all this stuff is going to probably be added with more skills going to be changed and added.
The other question,
Yeah.
people asking about the security feature within the hideout. Do you guys know anything about that?
No one be
No
able to
idea.
raid you. No one will be able to come into your hideout for the first iteration. No one will be able to come in there. Your stuff is safe.
No, so will EOD have an extra than standard account now that hideout will be coming in, since the stash space won't be there? So the way it will work, to my understanding, is there'll be like 4 levels of hideout, and you'll have different. Everything can be upgraded by 4 times, or whatever, and then the stash will be already starting on level 4 for a Edge of Darkness account, but everything else will be level 1, and a standard account will start with a stash at level 1. So everyone eventually will be able to have the same stash size as an Edge of Darkness, but they won't have the Edge of Darkness account won't have to upgrade that. That'll be the difference. That's
Yeah.
I think you guys are.
Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
Yeah, 100%.
And also, Nikita's making a game about shooting strawberries with an AK.
with
Yeah.
banana trees or something.
Banana tree.
Banana trees,
Kalashnikov
yeah.
farming.
It's kind of losing it.
He's no. At least this is actually how long have we been on this patch?
It was
3
100 years.
9th of April. So
3 years.
you said this patch, right?
Yeah.
4 months, 3 weeks.
Is that
Yeah,
all?
it's luckily
Monk
it's
ass.
luckily not like the 9. What was it? 8 months the last time? The longest one
No, it was
we had was
6.
8 months before we 6. Okay.
Really?
Oof.
No, it was okay.
No, I think it was.
The wipe was on the 26th of December, and the next wipe. Actually, no, it wasn't. You're right. It was November, 8th of November.
Yeah.
8th of November to the 9th of April. So that's what 6 months.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
at least it's not,
Remember.
it's not that long before we even got a little bit of info, It's still it's becoming fast, and that's the whole point I wanted to Nikita say was when they have the new engine, it just makes
Yeah.
everything a little bit faster and easier. so that people, you know,
They
can be
sp-
like, oh, it's getting slower. No, it's not. We're getting better, and you know, this is the biggest patch we're ever gonna see. Well,
they spent
Well, it's
more
gonna-
than
well, if it comes in like the next 2 months, it'll be in the same amount of time that the last patch was, and it'll have
And-
10 times the content.
Yeah.
In
exactly.
fact,
It will
50
end up
times the
bigger.
content.
The thing was,
Yeah.
they spent the
Yeah.
last 12 months pretty much doing the conversion from whatever Unity engine they had to 2018, and then that's the tools to make the rest of the game. So once that engine's done, which they have, now they'll start pumping out the rest of it.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to my wife about how big the patch is, and I was like, "Oh, well, there's a new map." And then I was thinking, well, last they released a patch with interchange on it, and did that have Rashala, I think, or one of the bosses. But the most they've ever released in a patch is like one new map. This is gonna have new maps, new bosses, new guns, hideout, like the building your guns automatically in the bit. Like this is massive, and it's coming in the amount of time that another patch has. So they've definitely sped up.
All right.
People were asking about the offline healing though.
We don't know.
No one knows. No one knows.
Yeah.
So we're gonna find out when you find out.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Then we did speak about med kits, right? And you being able to break down into resources
Yeah.
and whatever, and then put them
Yeah.
back together. So I think that's probably going to have something to do with it in the hideout for sure. So you'll be able to farm up resources or whatever, bring them back, and then create your own med kits and stuff. And then, well, we don't really know exactly how that's going to feed into actual off-rate healing, but
Oh yeah, they've got like the surgical kits and stuff coming in as
Right,
well.
right.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's point 12.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like build
They showed
those
the
and stuff.
animation for it, or one of them.
Yeah.
All right,
Sick.
guys. I need to get to bed because I got to start my stream in 6.5 hours. But guys, if you missed out on any of this, the VOD's up there at the top if you want to check it out. Otherwise, Veritas will put it up on his Spotify and podcast channels or whatever. So hit up his channel for that. I'll have it up on my
I'm making
YouTube.
a brand new one for the team.
Yeah,
actually.
I'll put up it on YouTube tomorrow night. Definitely not doing that tonight. If you haven't checked out the other guys that aren't in the team here, firstly, thank you very much, Sneaky Russian, Jesse, and No Food After Midnight. Guys, please go give them some love. I really would appreciate it. Give them a follow. Check them out next time they're streaming. Support the Tarkov community. These guys taking the time to come hang out here and give their opinions and talk stories about Tarkov and that. And yeah, it's been great having you guys on here. So,
Yeah,
Thank you for
no,
the
thanks.
opportunity.
It's fun.
Thanks for having us.
thanks for having us.
It's no fun.
What we're going to do, like always, is we're going to give some love to the Tarkov community. We'll find someone who's sitting there probably thinking it's going to be a quiet night, and we'll give them some love. Also,
So
obviously,
someone with 0 viewers.
make sure you give Veritas, Ghost Freak, and Slash a follow. Not Veritas, Slash, Ghost Freak a follow.
Screw you, Mike.
Screw you.
I know a lot of you guys are going to go give Deadly love anyway. So, guys, pick someone small in the community. I'll quickly give them some. Geek says pretty cool.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Geek.
Yeah.
Geekser. Dude.
Geeks is a nice guy.
Hell yeah.
Started this stream yet, though? That's the question.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, he's
All right,
there.
cool. All right, guys, make sure you
watching an
spam those follows. I don't want to see nothing but moisture in his chat. If you don't have my emotes, just spam any fucking emotes. Just blow up his chat, ruin his night, make him feel like shit. No, don't. Be kind, generous, and loving. Don't be like the team members, all right? And guys, thank you again so much for hanging out here and that with the. Also, the follows, B subs, donations. The guys are fucking in the background. I don't have the alerts on. You guys are legends.
Hackle.
Love you all.
Awkward silence.
Thank you so much, Ghost Freak. What's up, Pineapple? Ree. What's up, boys?
Ba 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 ba.